Hey guys, welcome to Mecharashi. So I have updated the tier list and have given you guys a little bit more reference in terms of the characters and more or less why they are in a specific tier. So the categories are on the left side. So you have triggered abilities, self buffs, buff slash effect for self and others, enemy debuffs, fixed damage, and debuff dispel. So take note, there's a disclaimer there. The presence of the effect or a buff or an ability is dependent on which skill you equip or which sector you're unlocking. Okay, so you will not have all of these once you use a character. You have to build a character based on the available effects, skills, debuffs, buffs that that character may have. Okay, so let's start off with tier 4. So I currently have kind of shortened the tier list. This is a more streamlined tier list, if I may say. So under fighter, we do have tier F. We have Raven. Nothing special for Raven in terms of his kit. Nothing really that will make will make him go up a tier. That is why, again, they're in tier 4. So Hawkwood, also nothing special. Triggered abilities are almost the same. They usually have a little bit of a difference, especially for a fighter. There are common triggered abilities here up to Alacrity 1. The rest is specific to the character, depending on the build or depending on the skill that he has. So nothing special as well for Hawkwood. And for Arnold here, for our Guardian, again, nothing special. Guard, Guts, Indestructible. Those are the basics for Guardian in terms of triggered abilities. That's defensive stance 1. And the enemy debuffs are not as impressive. That is why all of these guys are in tier 4. So for tier 3, we will start off with Catherine. Honestly, Catherine's kit is actually impressive. Again, Pursuit is one of the skills that I wish they didn't add to Catherine's kit, because this makes her pretty much unpredictable, because once she gets hit, she then pursues the attacker. So this is kind of the only drawback I think in her kit. She has Cleave, she has Guts, which takes her HP down to 1 even if it's a fatal hit. Then she also has self-repair for unrestored parts. Again, unfortunately, Pursuit is the only one that I think devalues her as of the moment, so we'll leave her at tier 3. So we have Fenrir. Nothing special with Fenrir. Standard fighter. Most of his enemy debuffs are weapon inhibition, stability, instability 1. Hit rate is -4% and dodge rate is -4. Movement inhibition 2 and code inhibition. So mostly inhibitions, which sometimes it's hard to mix and match which ones to use. So again, let's leave him here at tier 3. For Shawnee here is a sniper. So Shawnee has diagonal shot, which is actually very useful in terms of taking out enemies. So she is actually using a railgun. The only good I think buff or effect that she has is railgun capacity +2 and range +1. I think she's more flexible than you think in terms of her abilities, but let's leave her at tier 3. So for Bella, nothing special about her kit. She does have stealth though, which is more of a camouflage. That is it. That is the only thing special about her. Then she has dodge rate of 4. So those are the I think the notable ones in her kit. For Grant, I think Grant is probably the least used, least supposed to be used character or machinist in this game, because his kit, I don't see a lot of things happening in his kit. He's a straight up machinist. nothing really special about his kit. He does have buff dispel because all machinist does. So let's again leave him here at tier 3. And for Diraka, again, Diraka is kind of similar to Anne in terms of Guardian, mostly focused on the defensive side of things, not much in terms of offensive. The one that I like about her kit is self-repairs, and she has Crash. We'll go to Anne later, why Anne is not here and why Anne is a tier above her. Okay, for tier 2, this is probably the most populated tier in the tier list. So we start off with Rosa for Raider. So Rosa has only one good thing going for her. Aside from the damage, she has self-repair for her undestroyed parts. That is it. That is it. Nothing more, spectacular about her kit. Of course, she has Flurry Strike, but again, the self-repair kinda is really her value in terms of her sustain for herself. And let's go to Rebecca here. So for Rebecca, she does have a little bit of hit rate up too, but the ones highlighted in green are one of the most unique, I think, lines or group of lines in this square. So for Rebecca, hit rate is above 90%. All bullets are guaranteed to hit. So you only need to reach 90% for you to have a 100% guarantee. Immune to hit down effects. So that is what I like about her kit. And for Emily, I recently made a video in terms of the ones to invest for the inferior superconductor. She's actually one of the candidates there, or one of the suggestions there. She has link attack. She enables link attack to allies which don't have link attacks. That is what is nice about her kit. And plus, there's an effect here, adorable. This is actually her talent. Damage is a plus 6% and hit rate is a plus 3%. This scales up. There's a qualifier for this. You may actually check out the actual skill. But this is an area buff, and the buff only applies to other allies aside from Emily. And she does have armor down 1 and damage down 1. So basically, I think she is one of the best all-around supports that we have for this game at a rank. Okay, next is going to be Kaiden. Kaiden, nothing special. He does have a crush arm for buffs and effects. Targets arms and damage to parts with lowest HP. So that is the progression of his skill. Then we do have Gummy here. So Gummy is a melee pilot, which uses a heavy mech, and I think she uses a pole arm. So one of the skills that is impressive to me is actually mental pressure, Aura 2. You may look this up in the in the game itself, but mental pressure is like it's more of a negative effect towards the enemies while she is pressuring the attack. Then she does have defensive stance, buff in effect that is actually good, is able to carry over 3,000 movement to the next turn. This only applicable to self. And she has an enemy debuff, so armor down to crash is actually nice because this enables or disables the enemy to act or to move. It's basically to act. So can't move, can't do anything. Movement inhibition 2 and intimidation is built into her kit. Again, guys, reminders. All of these effects are dependent on which skill you use or which sector you unlock. So these are just all the the abilities and the skills that I listed down that are in their kit as a whole. Okay, then we have Lucia. So Lucia has SP ammo. SP ammo is railgun range up and crit rate up. This is, I think, one of the things that makes her great. She does have AP reduction for enemies, and repair inhibition. So mostly what do you call this? Mostly this is going to be debuffs that affect your enemies. Okay, so the AP reduction is an effect, and the enemy debuff is going to be repair inhibition. So one of her best skills is going to be under fixed damage, which is going to be burning terrain and regular damage for fixed damage. So if you don't have Eileen, Lucia can fill this void, especially for burning terrain. Okay, so next one is going to be Cicero. So Cicero, one of the impressive effects that he has is when HP is full, AP regen is a +1 per turn. So that is, I think, double depending, or a +1 depending on what you have. This is actually nice, a fast recovery for AP, but he also has short circuit for fixed damage. Okay, then for your sniper, you have Natalie here. Natalie's focus is going to be Serenity, crit rate +5, crit damage +5, and crit rate up. Plus, she has Intel Collection when ST is destroyed. When an ST is destroyed within range, restores 1 AP 1 time per turn. So, kinda okay, not that impressive. Then we have Donna here. I think the most impressive part of her kit is the 2-round burst, where she shoots 2 bullets in one skill. Then we do have Gareth here. Gareth is, I think, if you're considering a third machinist, I would suggest you get him. He has armor care. Aside from healing, he does provide defensive capabilities to the mech that he repaired. Then 1 AP restore allies within a cross area. So it's an AoE effect wherein he can restore AP. And there's a skill in his kit that has heal with 2 AP restore for 1 single mech. So again, a second or a third option for a machinist. I suggest you don't pick up Grant anymore. You do pick up Gareth if you're looking for kind of a Grant type level machinist. Again, second or third machinist for your team. Then for your guardians, we do have Yevgeny. So Yevgeny's kit as a guardian is he's probably one of the best guardians available right now. He has a lot of he has a lot of offense as a guardian and can do decent damage. So not only he is good in guarding your allies, but he can dish out a lot of damage as well for himself. So he has a broken arm, targets the arms for damage. Then we have Ana here. Ana and Indiraka have almost the same specialties. They're very defensive. The only advantage that Ana has is that it's easier to get copies of A rank pilots. It's really easy. So she is actually more in line with Yevgeny in terms of tier rather than with Diraka because of her rank. And if you do have Ana, you are not forced to get Yevgeny or Diraka. Ana is very serviceable as an A rank tank. So let's go with our tier 1. So for tier 1, we do have a lot as well. So we'll start off with Marcus. Marcus as Flurry Strike, crit rate up, damage to parts with the lowest HP. That is where his bread and butter is, basically. For Winston, he's a nice tanky raider. His kind of specialty or gimmick is intercepting incoming rockets from enemies. I actually tried to use this before. It's actually nice. It's not 100% that he shoots all of the incoming rockets, but it lessens the incoming rockets that drops to you and your enemies. Plus, he has armor down 1. Okay, the next is going to be Mary. So Mary has hit enhancement for herself, attack enhancement for herself, and damage taken down for herself. Plus, this is I think one of the best effects to have. This is all in one skill, okay? 2 AP restore. This is for allies. Once you restore AP, you can also transfer a buff from Mary to an ally. Then refreshes the buff duration once you transfer it. Let's say that the previous buff duration is 2 or 3. It actually restores it to the maximum maximum buff duration that buff was in. So this is one of the best skill combinations that I've seen so far in the game. And again, Mary is a must-have for kind of for endgame support. I would suggest you try to build her up. Then we have Hong. So Hong has movement up, crit rate up, absolute dodge. Her specialty is uppercut, able to attack the body directly. So most of you guys are familiar with this, and most of you guys are. I do hope that the hit of Hong would be more accurate. I find it that she kind of misses a lot. So I'm not sure if it's in the build that I have, but I find that even if I increase her hit, she still misses. I don't know why. But anyway, for Naomi, as a tactician here, Naomi has her specialty is a cheat code. Fully reloads missile launchers. This is applicable to herself. So this is what I like about her. You can really pour it on with 2 missiles coming out of her shoulders with the help of her cheat code. Then we have, for your sniper, we do have Winston. So Winston is one of your... He's kind of a support sniper. Not really the kill it sniper, the one that does the what do you call this? Does the headshots. But he's more of applying debuffs. So enemy debuffs, armor down, hit rate down, dodge rate down too. These 3 effects are in one skill. You basically the how you select is very random depending on which part of the body did the shot hit. Okay, but at least one of these debuffs will be applied for that skill. Then he has short circuit for fixed damage. Then we have Allison. I think Allison, to be honest, I really underestimated Allison to start. One of her best skills is a link attack enabler. This is actually similar to I think to who's that? This is similar to Emily. So when you're a link attack enabler, you can make pilots or mechs that don't have link attack do a link attack. So that is it. So increase debuff turns. So if there are debuffs, she can increase the turns for that. So, and also grants allies engaging in link attack a damage buff of plus 30%. This is quite impressive, especially if you are carrying a what they call this, an assault team. Sorry, a raider team that can, that you want to take a boss and pour it on the link attacks plus 30%. So that's basically 130% damage. That is insane. So guys, please make sure that you level up your Allison, because again, I think she's worth it. She's worth an investment for your inferior superconductor anyway. She also has buy high targets arms and bottom fishing targets legs. So these are 2 separate skills. But the most important skill that she has here that you might want to consider is the link attack enabling and the grants allies engaging in link attack damage of plus 30%. That is actually very, very impressive. Then we have exposure, global repair effect down, repair destroyed part disabled, and damage taken up. So her kit is littered with a lot of effects and a lot of debuffs. Again, worthwhile to invest your inferior superconductor with her and have her as one of your supports. Then we have 7 as our last for tier 1. So for 7, again, you all know and you have used her. She has defensive stance, applies to allies, and she has a bot which is Pochi, which everybody loves to use as bait. So again, that is part of her kit. She basically replicates her heal with Pochi, her bot. So for tier 0.5, we do only have one here. It's still Sylvie. So again, the most impressive, effect or skill, whatever you may call it, that she has is aiming mode for basic attack. This is one of the skills that I think takes her to a different stratosphere than the rest of the tiers. Unfortunately, she will be falling off down the line in the future as HP of enemies go up. But now, as Eileen just came out, Eileen and her are very good in tag teaming groups of enemies. You use Eileen first, then you clean them up with Sylvie for her aiming mode for basic attack, or with another skill to have more damage. Again, she also has guard disabled and guard ignore. So for your tier 5, clearly we don't have any change here. So Frida, for those who didn't know, Frida has a skill called, or an effect called Load Raid. It gives her unlimited attacks as long as you have AP. Plus, I think this skill gives her guts, which, if she receives fatal damage, her arms are down to 1 HP, so increases her survivability. This is her bread and butter, guys. You should use this skill. She also has intimidation, instability, and guard disabled. For those who are asking who has also guard disabled aside from Sylvie, it's gonna be Frida. Then she has fixed damage built into her skin, but it's usually regular damage. Then we have Eileen here. Eileen is straightforward, but she does apply enemy debuffs in one of her skills. Dodge rate down 2, damage taken up, and armor down 1. Then for her fixed damage, this is actually her her highlight, the highlight of her kit. So burning terrain and short circuit, which deals tons of damage. Both are present in her kit. Then the last one is going to be Melissa. So she has, of course, the basic kit of your machinist. Plus she has debuff dispel. She has regular repair 2, hit rate up, which actually hit rate up and damage up is actually one of the must-have skills that she has. Plus, she has the ability to do Wi-Fi repair. For those who are not familiar with this yet, I know a lot of people are familiar with this nickname for this skill. Once she repairs if she repairs a mech, another mech with the lowest HP is repaired somewhere in the map, anywhere in the map, equivalent to the one the one that she repaired near her. So basically, she repairs one mech near her, then the other one could be anywhere within the map. That is how good her Wi-Fi repair is. So again, guys, that is the kit of all of the characters here. So I hope this actually helps you guys in trying to compare, trying to see which character has what. And if you're looking for a specific debuff or specific buff, then this is actually the guide for you. Plus, this is our new tier list. So for future characters, I will definitely use this format for the tier list. And I'll probably kinda iron this out. I'll probably add more details to this if applicable, but for now, this is the way the tier list looks like. And this actually has more information than the previous one. So guys, thank you very much for staying this far. Take care, stay safe. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.